Oh, and 3, 2, 1. And we are live.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're live.
Hello, Linescapers. How are you doing?
Welcome back to Feedback Friday. So Fridays are the days where we give feedback on your work, the work that you send us, painting, drawings of different subjects, of different sizes and forms. And we do our best to give you feedback. We might fail. This is an option. We might not know much to say, but we definitely do our best.
Yeah.
So, it's great to have you all here. I'm really excited again for Feedback Friday. I'm always excited for Feedback Friday, actually. And
Yeah, it's quite fun. For everyone who doesn't know, welcome to Linescapes channel. My name is Sonia and this is Gasper. Welcome on Linescapes channel. As I already said, you can find here content about drawing and creativity, interviews, and similar stuff than that. In today's Feedback Friday, Gasper will try to correct your sketches in 60 seconds. And I'm gonna enjoy it.
yeah, 60 seconds. Why 60 seconds? Because we have a lot. You keep sending us a lot of stuff. We love it. Don't stop. Keep sending us stuff, and we'll do our best to include it. Sometimes we cannot include everything you send us, but as I said, we try.
Yeah, and if you're wondering how to submit your work, you can do it via Instagram or under our Facebook group, Linescapers. So there's everything written down in the description for later on, so you can check that out as well.
All right.
Yeah. So today we have many sketches to correct. So I would suggest that we start as soon as possible.
We will. And I will send out a heart for a start. And it goes out to Louis, who just donated to us via Super Chat. Louis, we really appreciate it and really appreciate you being here all the time, basically. And to all of you who are watching live, really glad you're here. If you have questions, leave us comments in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, leave a comment below the video. And yeah, let's get to it.
Yeah, let's start.
Okay, so I will be using Photoshop today, as I am always, to give you feedback. And the first sketch of today is, wow, is done on a paper with a point grid, which I like. Okay, so how this works is Sonia and I consult a bit, and then I try to draw and correct it as good as I can. So yeah, what's up with this one?
Hey, what's up with this one?
What's up with this one?
Yeah, let me just check for a while. For a moment, I need to organize my screens as well.
Yeah.
So that everything will be ready when we start. Okay, so my comment on that. First of all, very clear, very linear sketch, which I prefer.
It's a linescape.
It's a linescape. It's definitely a linescape, and I prefer those kind of sketches. Yeah, thumbs up. But what I would change, probably before starting doing this, I would consider composition. You know, because it's a very small sketch, so we can't talk about the style or the line so much, but we can talk about composition. So I would probably work on that. So position the church a bit differently, or emphasize it a bit differently, so that the composition would be a bit clearer.
Okay. Yeah, I got a second point, which is, this is interesting for everyone. So basically, even if it's not your sketch, listen, maybe you learn something. So you see this hill. It's depicted with a vertical hatch. It makes it really flat and kind of background-like. This is completely fine. The problem is the church is on the same level as that hill, and it's like depicted with much more detail. So it kind of jumps out. So I would say either you have to do the hill instead of the church, or the church in more the style of the hill. So yeah, maybe this is also what I would correct. Yeah.
Okay, Gasper, you get a minute.
I got a minute. Okay, let's go.
3, 2, 1, go!
So in order to do what Sonia says, I will need to extend the sketch a bit to the left. So the church will lie suddenly on the left third, right? So I would like extend this hill, right, like this a bit. And then I think, yeah, at least the church should be should have a bit of the similar hatching. I doubt that it has this big spire. I think you might have done the spire too big. And then, just made it a bit smaller. And now, yeah, just do a little bit of hatching, the same style as the hill has on the church, to make it merge with the hill. It doesn't mean you have to kind of make it completely the same as the hill, but at least, now it looks kind of more realistic. And now I would give a counterpoint to that church up there here in the form of something on the lower right, balancing the image out. If something is on the upper left corner, it should have something on the lower right. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's look at the before and the after. As always, you can give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think we did it, we made it better or worse. This was before, and this now is after. Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's an improvement for sure.
All right.
Okay, continue to the next one.
Let's go to the next one. Oh, all right.
Okay.
An abstract painting. Abstract painting. So yeah, these are always the hardest, or at least like you have to go on another level to talk about it, because it's not the technique. It's like, okay, what wanted to be said with an abstract drawing? What is it? Does it connect to us in a certain way? What is the intention behind it? So now, yeah, art critic mode.
Well, usually we're talking about that everything should be, especially with abstract work, that everything should be like positioned in the middle, like centered. And I think sometimes we can also think about how can we engage the edge. We did a video about it once. So when are we engaging the edge and why, when not? And for example, here the lines are positioned beside the edge or just right about on the upper side. You can really see that it's very near to the edge. So I mean, in this case, I would again probably position it more centered and make it like with a little bit more broader wide space. I would leave it a bit more space. But yeah, maybe sometimes also think about if you can also just engage the edge and start with red color on the edge, on the border. That would be also interesting to see, especially because you have like this heavy space, heavy part of this extra abstract drawing. I can also see there are two kinds of colors that you're using. It's like orangey brown color, and then there's like a copper red, which is mixing together.
So yeah, I think this is a good point. First, let's try what happens if we gave it. Okay, it's hard to give it the same colored frame, obviously now.
Yeah.
But at least we can try. Like, okay, let's say this would be the same color as your paper, because I cannot catch the color because it changes. By the way, if you could make a photo of your work, try to make a nice photo. Like, did we see the whole thing?
Yeah. Maybe we can set a few rules.
Yeah.
That we can post somewhere.
Yeah.
So that it's clear.
We could. That would help us give you better faster feedback.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, so this is one thing, and what else? I think I really like the way what you said about colors. It could have a bit more depth. Like if you took now, let's say, if you took a bit more dark.
Okay, I will still give you a minute.
Okay, yeah, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let's say I would want to. I'll try to get a brush that's kind of similar. I don't know if there's something like that. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. So if you would give it a bit more depth, like use different colors, you could really kind of make it even more diverse. Let's take a bit of yellow, because you also have a little bit of yellow in there. So, or maybe kind of orangey. yeah, if you emphasized this, oh, this is too strong. If you emphasized this this contrast, then suddenly look, it's you got more to work with, right? So I don't know what you wanted to do with this drawing or where you want to go, but I think this could help you a bit more. Let's try what we did. Let's see the difference.
It gives like a certain feeling of
Yeah.
three-dimensionality, right?
Maybe it's not your, but at least it draws the eye more. So this is the before and this is the after. Yeah. So for your homework, when you're doing abstract stuff, think more about how you can expand it. And also one tip on doing abstract stuff or doing any stuff. I like that tip quite a lot. Like, okay, you like a motive. You like, okay, like let's say I have this project. I want to do these abstract paintings. Make it a project and make 100 of them. Make 100. Just explore the technique. Don't just do one because that one will probably be, like every first sketches. Mine are always like in a new style art. But make 100 and then, you start discovering things about your drawing, about yourself and about the style. And yeah, if you want to go that direction, the 100 rule.
Okay, Gasper, let's continue.
Cool. A metro, right, with a graffiti.
A metro station.
A metro station.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we say to the metro station?
Well, it's lacking context, I would say, and somehow this unfinished building, it's somehow eating up.
You cannot sleep well.
No, I can't. I just can't sleep well. It looks like you took scissors and you just cut it everything in the middle of the building. So there are two things that I would probably do here. So I would add some context, at least background lines or maybe a pathway or something.
Yeah, if you engage the edge on the right side, right here, right? You engage the edge here on the right side. You should totally do it on the left side as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I would work in that direction.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you?
I was about to say I was born ready, but it's not true. So. It's definitely not true. I just need. Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so yeah, let's engage the edge. We heard this from an artist, an illustrator a while ago, Heather Hudson. Yeah, Heather Hudson. We went to talk to her on a convention in Italy, and she was like, yeah, the important thing that I would tell my students is engage the edge, and that's the term kind of stuck with me. So yeah, engage the edge. If you did it on one side, do it on the other side. If you did it on the bottom, here, then make it here left as well. Okay, now I can sleep. Now, shading. You used a crosshatch. Let me show you what I mean. You used this kind of crosshatch for shading. Now, I don't know why you wanted to emphasize that graffiti. I cannot read Arabic, unfortunately, but it makes me... No, I don't want to cover it up. I don't know what it says, but... if you shade
8, 9.
Okay, so like this, you have to shade you have to use the same hatching on the upper side. If you decided your shadow is cross hatching, yeah, 3, 2, 1, boom.
Finished.
Okay. So use the same kind of hatching for all your shading. Yeah. Okay, because our mind understands then. Oh, okay, cross hatching means shade, and then our brain reads the sketch accordingly. So this is the before. This is the after, and we don't have an after. Okay. This is what you have to do for homework.
So, give it a thumbs up or thumbs down if you think we improved the sketch.
Yeah.
Okay, move to the next one.
Let us move to the next one. Oh, is it another Balinese temple?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Pamela, is that yours? I don't know who the sketches are, so if you want to stay anonymous, don't say anything. But I can slowly start recognizing the styles, and it might not be by the person I said it is, but it might be. So if you can totally raise your hand.
Okay, there's also a photo, a reference photo to it, so we can check this out as well. So it has like really clear emphasis on the entrance. There's a bit of shading going on, so we have shade on the object itself, and then we have like very clear. Can you show the photo once again? And then you also have very clear background as well, in a sense that you have the main object and then you have also vegetation in the background, which is those are two separate things. Okay.
Okay, so what I like about this one, let's try to focus on architecture here, because I saw with the corner of eye that it is by Pamela. So yeah, nice work, Pamela.
Okay, so this is a Javanese temple in West Java from Pamela.
All right.
Yeah.
Good job. I liked the way you did the trees. I really like them. So I will focus now on the architecture, because I think a lot of people can benefit from it here, because it has some subtleties, the photo, and it's quite cool. Now look at the photo again. You see basically how it's lit from the bottom, like as though the light was coming from the bottom and lighting it up. This is because the sun is reflecting from the white ground.
Yeah.
And this makes this piece of architecture, this photo, really come to life. So let's try to do that in a sketch, which is really hard, but I think we could manage it, especially because you're using watercolor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, you get a minute.
I get a minute, eh?
Get ready.
All right. So let's see what we can do here.
Prepare the color
Let me the final glance. Yes. Okay.
You got it, Kasper. You got it.
You're so optimistic.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Yes. Start now.
Okay. You make it sound like it's a competition.
No, I'm trying to motivate you. I need to just create some sort of motivation for you so that you can, do your best in a minute.
This is nice. I'd also be like motivated by some ice cream or something.
Well, that comes in the end. It's like pudding or something, You get the pudding at the end.
Okay, so what I just did here is basically I did some shading on the bottom part. Oh yeah, I think this works. It might be a bit overdone, but look, you would take the same color, Pamela. Maybe you can work on this a bit more. That you use the trees for the trees left and right. Take the same color and do some highlights on the top parts. And now we need to get the ground also the same color, so we understand where this light is coming from. So this is one thing. And then I would do a deeper shade on the background of the temple.
Ding, 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 ding,
yeah,
ding,
yeah,
ding,
yeah,
ding.
yeah. Look, that. Just do some, because there's, like, it's really dark, I think, behind the temple. It makes it pop out. So I would take this sketch again and just do the small adjustments. Okay, let's try this.
Okay. Felix said, very interesting, this reflection light element makes the building holy.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. Javanese temple.
Yeah, very nice.
Good job.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay. You're really pacing me today.
Yeah, because I know how many sketches we have to give feedback on.
Okay. Opinions on this one?
Okay. Opinions on this one. I love that the contrasts are so clear and strong.
I love the line style.
Yeah,
I really do.
I love it as well. And I also like that this frame has some green, so we really enjoy to look at it because our eyes are somehow, I have the feeling that I'm just resting a bit. Okay, but to the sketch. Well,
I like the feeling of depth, and I think this is the quality of the sketch.
Definitely.
And I think we can emphasize that with a bit more, it already has the interchange of dark and light on the ground.
That's very, very nice.
Yeah,
the same principle
really
that we also written down on the Cardscapes that you can also find on Gumroad.
So I think if we made the first layer with the first tree trunk in the middle dark, and some of the trees dark, then the water will really pop out as the bright layer, and then we go dark in the background again. Because when you have like this forest situation and the water in the middle, it's usually the brightest spot, because this is where there are no trees, the light comes out, and it will give us a feeling of depth, I think.
Yeah, try it. Try it. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so we get comments here all the time, community supporting each other, and they are all praising each other's work, which is amazing. I love it. So Gasper is starting, so you're getting
Wait.
a minute.
Wait.
As always.
Wait.
As always.
Wait.
A minute.
Wait. Wait.
Which the clock starts ticking in 5.
Okay.
Yes, go.
Yes, let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna make this first tree here dark because I want to have the illusion that we're, watching from a kind of shady, shadowy place, and this will give us a feeling of depth. Look at that. So.
It's also framing everything.
Yeah, it's framing.
Yeah.
To the author, I would suggest you could go again over this sketch a bit.
So you can take a pencil or a alcoholic marker that would give you an even surface.
Yeah, look at that. So then maybe we could also add to this shadowy area a couple of those trees here. Like that, because this will give it a contrast to the water. Look at that. Now we understand which trees are in front of the water and which trees are behind the water. So this I really like already. And then this, I think this needs like another level maybe here in the back.
Okay.
Just some bit more detail on the...
Wrapping it up.
On the... Yes, almost done. By the way, I like the way the water is drawn. It's really nice. Yeah, with its vertical, horizontal lines, and this is it.
You know, there's a saying in Slovene that says, almost has never caught a rabbit.
Almost has never caught a rabbit?
Yeah.
Right, this is how you would translate it.
Yeah.
When you say something, this is good.
Yeah.
When you say to someone, I almost made it, you just,
Yeah, you didn't made it, but you almost made it.
Yeah, it's like almost didn't catch the rabbit, right? You would, if you caught the rabbit, you would catch the rabbit. But if you say, I almost caught the rabbit, not good enough.
Yeah.
Why did you say this rabbit thing?
Because you said almost. I'm almost done.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I caught the rabbit, I'm done. Let's look at the before. So this is the before sketch, and this is the one after. So tell us, thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you think, does it improve the feeling of depth or not? And if it does, I hope.
Gasper, how are you?
I'm good.
Am I pushing you too much?
Well, in general, in life, or right now?
No, just right now.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, okay.
I'm fine.
So
I'm fine.
He's fine.
I'm okay.
Okay, so maybe we can take a break and send a heart out to Isidore. Thank you, Isidore, for supporting our channel. It means a lot to just, having you here, supporting us, watching our content, and just showing up. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Everybody, you can really always support us, via Super Chat, giving us donations. We really appreciate it. Or just, by giving the video a thumbs up, helps to get out to more people, and telling your friends about the Feedback Friday. Yeah. And that's the best show on YouTube. That's a bit overdone, but maybe it's the best show on Fridays at 5 o'clock Central European time.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. Next one.
Next up is... All right.
So today we mixed it up a bit. Okay.
Okay, so this is like a watermelon Pokemon thing?
It's probably shooting seeds out, right?
Oh, this...
Yeah.
Okay,
that's something that you should draw.
Yeah, definitely.
Huh?
Okay, so many things...
What's the main weapon? Yeah.
I like many things about this one. And I also would have a suggestion or two. So Sonia, what are your thoughts?
Well, I already shared mine. I think it's everything about storytelling, especially when you're creating creatures. If you're not so skilled in graphic, then the story needs to be strong. So that's my thing that you can correct in 1 minute, since we have just one.
Yeah.
And what's your?
I will do, Sonia will give you this. I will do a very technical drawing correction. So let's look at this. Let's look at these watermelon thrusters or whatever they are.
Okay, this is already counting as your minute.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just go.
Yeah, you just go.
Okay, so
start now.
So I think you should, according to you see those lines, the black lines, it looks as if it should be like this, right?
For the one that's nearer to us.
Yeah, for the one that's nearer to us, because you drew these lines in a way that suggests that it's turned like that. So this is what I would do. Bam, like that. Then you did a bit of highlighting. That's why I think you should also do a bit of shading. You know, like if you put a highlight on the right upper side of your cute watermelon, you should like put a shadow and a shade on the lower, on the bottom left side. Look at that. It's immediately, your cute watermelon immediately becomes more three-dimensional.
Yeah, add some here as well.
Yeah, and look, you highlighted your thruster on the left side when actually your light is coming from the right side. So think about that. If you pick one.
10.
Yeah. Okay, wait, one more thing, and now drawing, shooting seeds. So, wait. So now we need...
Okay.
Shooting watermelon seeds.
Maybe they can be a bit bigger, you know, really the shape of the seed, so that you can recognize it a bit better.
All right, like that?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, now we have a storytelling aspect.
Yes.
Because, no, but this is true. In a character, this is like, you know, this theater theory. If you show a gun in the first
then
act,
you need to use it.
by the third act, the gun on the wall needs to be used in theater or in movie or in any storytelling. So if you make like a cute character with this very obvious thrusters or whatever these are, they have to do something and tell a story.
Okay.
Make them do something.
Let's move on.
Yes, yes. I just had fun correcting the watermelon.
I know. I know.
Okay, lovely style. Lovely style.
Wow, very bright colors as well.
Is this no, these are colored pencils. So if the author is amongst us, you can tell us what you used to draw this with. Okay. Any thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. So this is more a drawing. It's not a sketch. I would suggest that because it's also it's engaging the edge. It's fully colored page, or at least it looks like this. I would probably try to add a bit more clear texture in front, so that we can recognize maybe a few straws, or a bit more about the
taking a front
crest.
layer.
Yeah,
we have like
the front layer.
Yeah,
and then also to create the feeling of depth, we have this nice lake, and there below mountains there's for sure or reflection or a darker spot, because that's something that's creating the feeling of depth.
I'm also sure in the landscape the mountain would never go like this looks like a very rocky mountain. It would never go like rock all the way into the ground, while the rest is like forest. So I think you need
just if it's a glacier, then that could be a solid rock, right?
Yeah, so I think there is like a forest edge or a hill, you know, a forest layer. This is like the landscape architecture geek talking to me. So geographically, there would be a forest layer also on the bottom side of the mountain. So we could use that to, you know, do this point where you said.
And of course, at the end, you can also, if you have time, you can also do a differentiation between the mountains that are standing in front and in the background.
This is good.
That's also something. Okay, but Kasper, as always, you get a minute and you can start now.
All right, so, oh man. Okay, so we need the front layer. So I will add some conifer trees here. You know, I'm assuming this is like a conifer forest because we're in the high mountains. So yeah, just basically something real quick in the front. I think it will do the drawing good, I hope. Oh, my pencil went crazy. Okay, so yeah, just something like that. Maybe some here, but yeah. Okay, then like Sonia said, we need something here. So let's do. I think the edge. You know, it has to be a bit of a forest edge or something here, so we can recognize the end of the mountain. And then we need a bit of differentiation in the water. So like we can make the mountain reflection kind of mountain reflecting by making the rest whiter.
Yeah, and I think that's also correct because I have a feeling that the light is coming from this side, so the light is coming from the right side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that. And now let's make the mountains in the back kind of more transparent.
And you're just wrapping it up.
I'm wrapping it up. It's like a present. It's almost got, a wrap around it. And
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
All right. Let's see how I did. Okay, so this is the before. And this is the 3, 2, 1 after.
Okay. What? So let us know in the comments, do you like it or not? It's your decision.
Yeah, it's your decision.
And let's continue. Pamela said, wow, it looks more natural, more beautiful.
Thank you, Pamela.
Okay.
Okay, now we have a sphere.
A sphere.
A little bit of basic drawing theory.
Can you start, can that be sorted into a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a minute.
I get a minute right away. Okay, so let me do that. So first of all, we always, when you have this kind of objects, know where your light is coming from. So it's coming from here, right? This is your brightest spot. So this is how you also, your shadow, when you're constructing your shadow, also has to be parallel to that line. So you would basically have the shadow somewhere to here. Okay. So first of all, now we need to change the shadow. Like this. It needs to be a bit smaller, like that. And I like how you did the shadow has to be darker than the shade, right, of the object. But the shadow will always be the same dark all the way through. It doesn't have like a gradient. It's not like one part of the shadow is darker than the other. No, the whole shadow is the same dark. But the shade, you recognize well, is the shaded part of the sphere does have a lighter part, and that lighter part is towards the shadow because a bit of the light is reflecting. So I think you could add a bit more darker shade there on the bottom side. There you go. And apart from that, this is what I would tell you with this in regard. I think maybe the shadow should be a bit more extending towards us, but yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe. Yes. What do you think?
Okay. Well, I think that was a nice correction. But I'm not sure that I would agree with the shadow.
You won't agree with the shadow?
No, because there's a thing that when the shadow is very small. So if your light source is very direct and very strong, that means that the shadow will also be very, very dark. But if the position of the light source is moved to the side, that means that the shadow will also be longer. And that means that on the point where the object is touching the surface, that will be your darkest point.
This is true. It should be like that. You're right. You're completely right.
And yeah.
So the darkest point is at the object, then it kind of fades out.
Yeah,
okay.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think all in all, that's a nice correction.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for submitting, and I hope you could get something from it. All right.
Okay.
We've got a Gothic. Is it a Gothic? Maybe neo-Gothic church.
Well, there's also a reference photo, so maybe that will help us as well.
It's good. All right.
Okay.
Neo-Gothic.
Gothic. Looks like it. Yeah. Looks like it.
Depends on what year it was built, but okay. Good. So I really like, you know what I like? I like that it's, with a bit of a shading, it already has some kind of plasticity. And I think the sketch doesn't even try to be kind of correct in terms of verticality. You know, obviously, when we look at this, you see, yeah, it kind of has these verticals, and this sketch, kind of the lines are a bit all over the place. And if your wish is kind of to give it a bit more life and a bit more dramatic, then I kind of like that. That's okay, but you have to know that you did that. You know,
on purpose.
On purpose. You know, the lines that should be straight in this church spire are going, are extending upwards. So this makes it look a bit more unstable, which is fine. We just have to know this, that you did that. right? So
Okay, you get a minute.
like that.
Start.
Okay, so let's play with this. Basically, one thing that I always would say, please, when drawing churches or anything, please get the top in. Maybe you did it, but you didn't catch it in the photo.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But
look at it. Maybe we can give it a bit more logic to it, in a sense that think about the shape that you're drawing, and maybe it's not so clear for everyone, but when we're drawing something, a motif, you need to know why are you drawing it. Are you drawing it because of the facade, because of the context, or because of the object itself? So if you're drawing a church, you need to think about the main characteristics of them. So how does the church looks like, or a mosque, or a museum? Like, what's that important element that makes this architecture so nice? And for churches, it's the tower. Like, it's that peak. That's the main symbol, the tower, and then the peak. So that's why that's something that you really need to include in your drawing. Otherwise, if we just if we erase the upper part of this drawing, you won't even know it's a church, because the characteristic, the main character of this object is missing. Okay, so Gaspar did it.
Yeah. I also did some shading.
You also did some shading.
Okay, so let's look at it.
Yeah.
So what I basically did is, you already did some shading on your side, the right side, where there is not enough shadow, but you the columns you kind of didn't shade. So when you pick one side of the church that's supposed to be in shadow, away from the sun, it's in the shade, then do it through the whole side. And I also added the spire so I can sleep at night.
Okay, so this is from Suchar, and it's Astorga Vilnius in Lithuania.
Oh, I heard that this is I heard Vilnius is a beautiful place, and I would love to visit one day. And Sohar, nice job. I like the style. Keep up with that style.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
All right, let us move on. Oh, we got the portrait.
Oh.
Is this the section where we got like 10 portraits?
Yes, I think now you're gonna start sweating.
Now I'm gonna start sweating. So let's do a disclaimer. So at the beginning of the year, Gaspar said he's going to learn to draw portraits and faces and figures, and Gaspar hasn't managed to do that yet. Still, I did listen to a couple of theoretical videos, so I might give you a couple of tips, but I will be heavily relying on the opinion of Sonia in this.
Okay, but before that, let's make like a short break. Let's shake it out a bit and send a few hearts out.
Oh, let's do that.
And those two go to Anne and Carlos. Thank you for your support. You are amazing.
Thanks, Anne. Thank you, Carlos. You two are also with us for so many live streams, so I'm really glad that you're sticking around. And by the way, I just remembered, you might have noticed that we have some stuff hanging on the back wall.
Yeah.
This is new. You also kind of have the Feedback Friday logo. This is because we did a small kind of update of our creative corner, and we also did a video, and we just posted that video yesterday. So if you want to see a bit, want to have like a view of our tour of our creative corner, we did a video tour of it and show you around, and the video just went online yesterday, so you can probably find it on our channel, or Sonia will link it.
I will link it
in the comment section.
I will link it in the comment section so that you can get access to it right away. Okay,
so let's go back to Photoshop. Okay, I will start thinking loud here, and then you can correct me. So what I like here is the proportions seem to be quite well done. Maybe there are some kind of small things that we can work on, like the size of the right eye and stuff like that, and the shape of the chin. But what I think here, because you did this very present thing with a rose, right? So it's kind of this is one of the elements. So this woman is holding a rose to her face, and if you put an element like that there, I think you have to work with it. You have to make it come alive. So I think for one, composition-wise, we should have a bit more space on the left side to make the rose breathe as well, you know, so it has like, you know, you did all your focus on her face, but I think a rose could complement it well. And the second thing, we could make the face a bit more three-dimensional, because right now it looks a bit flat. Sonia, help me out. Yeah, I did a bunch of talking.
Well, I know when doing this, you can talk a lot and correct not so much. So I would, first of all, Gaspar, focus just on one thing, because the elements of face, there's a lot of things that you can correct. So focus just on one element that you would like to correct, and I would suggest that you just start.
All right,
Okay.
let's do this. Okay, first I'll just try to give you a bit of tips on the anatomy.
You still get just 1 minute.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at that. So first of all, you know, perspective-wise, your face is going like this. So this other eyebrow would be a bit smaller, and her other eye would be a bit smaller as well, right? So, you know, it looks a bit too big. So this is like the two small things that you can correct then right away. And then the second thing is like the shading. So if we took now this darker color, I think you could make the face come, you know, much more alive if you also did some shading here on the right side of the face, you know, below her chin and here behind the nose. So also the right side of the lip, look at that, it already becomes a bit more three-dimensional. So these are the two things I would suggest. I like the little bit of highlight on the nose actually, and I think you could do that, you know, in other places as well. So think about doing that. Like, you know, nose has a little highlight. You know, I think then the lips could, you know, this is totally exaggerated, but the lip could also get a little bit of a highlight.
That's it.
So the red color indicates what you should fix, maybe anatomy-wise, but you can just try to do another layer of shading over it so it becomes more three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I tried to create a bit more contrast, because this drawing was a bit dark. Just.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Thank you. All right, so we got like someone with a V for Vendetta Guy Fawkes mask, or okay, ominous.
Yeah, ominous.
Ominous. Okay, so what do you think?
I like it. So here again, we can discuss many things. One thing is technique. The second one is storytelling. Again, I would appreciate if the mask would be drawn all in all. So if we would get a view of the whole mask, because not everyone knows V for Vendetta, and this hand gesture, it's very important, right? It's telling a story, like someone is just wearing this mask and is just showing his face. So I would try to draw the hand till the end and do the face in the mask face in full size.
Yeah, so this is, you might also have done this, but you just gave us a photo of a, you know, very narrow. So always try to photograph the whole page you drew this on. But let's assume, yeah, let's do this composition thing. I think this is good.
Okay.
So if you want to have this mask kind of in there, I would say you would have to draw it. I'm already starting. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. It's already counting.
Oh, mine. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would totally try to draw the mask till the end. Okay, it's kind of hard to do this nice with the Photoshop pen, because we want to give it, this is going to be really fast now, but we want to give it a central position. And then because it's like, okay, this person is hiding behind the mask, you could also play with putting the person a bit more in shadow. Look at that, like putting the mask here as a point of interest, and then making the person's eyes just kind of stand out, because this is the
oh yeah, maybe we can also emphasize a bit more white on the eye area,
yes,
you know, of that person.
Look at that. So if you kind of hid the whole person in the shadow, and now we need this pupils are huge, but like you know, let's give it a little bit of white.
He drank a lot of coffee.
Yeah, look at that. A little bit of white on the eye immediately draws our attention to it. That's it. That's what I would do in this fast minute.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. This is the before, and this is the after. Put the person in the shade. This will make the mask pop out and give you this depth and also storytelling aspect.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's move on. Boom. Oh, wow. What happened here?
So today we have like some sort of theme I can see. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an illustration of a kind of two different emotions, split personalities, something going on with, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, but definitely two different moods. And what I think that we could emphasize here, because these two different moods, we could say something about color.
Definitely. That's also the thing that I would emphasize here. Yeah.
Okay, so this is really simple, I would say. You have on the right side, you have the red and yellow. These are warm colors, right? And warm colors kind of have carry a certain meaning, like, you know, happiness, warmth, emotions. And then you have on the left side, if you want to make a contrast, you would have like the greens and the blues and the violets, the cool colors. So what I would do here is basically even remove a little bit of the warmth. So you have your hair and your skin tone is maybe still too warm. I think we could make it cooler.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm starting the countdown.
So I will just, you know, when next time you do this, just think about, you know, the skin. You can also make the skin cooler. Look at that. Look at that. So basically, you could do something like this and also make this hair, because hair instead of brown, make them violet, you know, choose colors that are near but different. So now I don't want to do it too dark, so we will go back in and kind of make a bit of highlight on the eyes. So if the one person had kind of this yellow eyes, now this other person has this blue eyes, and we can still give it a bit of a white for the eye white.
Definitely, yeah. That's something that was missing.
Yeah, exactly. So it gets. So yeah, think about color when doing anything, basically. You know.
Okay, and that's
So this is it. Let's look at the difference. Now I think the contrast is much stronger than before. So this was the before. You know, more balanced out color-wise, and now we have a stronger contrast between this melancholic and the lively side.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Nice job.
Thank you very much. All right. Is that? Oh, okay. So this is partly drawn, partly like some. Is this like a collage, or
it's a collage? Yeah.
There's actual flowers on it. So okay, interesting style.
And I also think this part looks like it would be photoshopped a bit.
Yeah, a part is also photoshopped with the point. Okay, so mixed media.
Oh.
Mixed media drawing.
Okay.
Yeah. What do we want to say about this one?
Well, once again, we can talk about the surfaces that are a bit more shaded. So probably the part, this neck part. And now we have, for example, I would try to balance the face out with the clothes. The clothes are very dark in comparison to the face.
Yeah.
So that would be something that I would work on.
Okay, I would also fix her neck, because there's like one point where she looks like she has a bulge on her neck. It's a small thing, but I think it will help. So fix the...
And maybe the arm.
The arm is a bit, her arm, Okay. One tip for you.
So the tip is already in a minute?
The tip is already a minute, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, try to... you obviously like to draw faces. I think you already submitted some stuff, and I think when you can really improve is also the rest of the anatomy. So, you know, it will make, even if your focus is the face and you really like to draw faces, you know, it will help if you kind of also think about other stuff in your drawing. Look at that. Her neck suddenly feels much more natural. And now we have to do something with her dress. I think, yeah, I think we should highlight it at least a bit. You know, even making it gray instead of black is already helping, I think. Look at that. So because it's not this black hole that it's kind of her dress. You know, it's a bit lighter.
Okay, so the time is up.
There you go. So I highlighted the top of her chest and fixed the neck and the head. The before and the after.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, wow. I like this one.
I like this one as well.
Looks like Michael Jackson.
No, I think it's not Michael Jackson. Maybe it looks like it, but it's for sure a person.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a person too.
I'm sorry, not a person. Well, what was that for?
Michael Jackson was a legend. He wasn't even a person. He was a myth.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm already looking at the drawing and the things that maybe. Well, I like the face a lot itself. It has a really clear composition. It's also, you know, it has this gesture where the face is moved to the side, so you can see both cheekbones, and still it's moved up a bit. So you can also see this surface under the nose, and the nose is also very nicely drawn. What I would probably emphasize is maybe this line, the hairline, because as you can see, the line on the right side of the, what's this surface?
Forehead.
The forehead line is quite strongly emphasized, and there's also not very clear what's this part. Is it the hand? Is it the leg? Is it, you know, is she supporting her face? Is it like a thinking face? What is it? So I would probably work with everything surrounding the face, because that would also emphasize the face even more.
You could also do it in your like sketch kind of style. Yeah, let's try doing this. I'll do my best to kind of do the hair, because obviously you kind of emphasize this curling hair.
Okay.
These curls that are falling down.
So again, a minute.
A minute. Okay, so you know, like, let's try. Let's say the hair is like this. Let's say, you know, she has a bit of an ear.
Yeah, the ear needs to be finished as well.
Visible here.
Yeah.
Ears are so important, you know.
Yeah.
Ears are. We often ignore the ears, but they really make a face look natural. So, okay, now we got this. Now you could totally be sketchy and just go and say, okay, I don't even need to kind of, yeah, thanks. I don't even need to draw this hair line more exactly. I can just kind of do, you know, look, you can just let it fade away, but here where it's in the shade, you can do it a bit darker. It's already just this simple thing gives us totally a nice frame for this beautiful face. So yeah, this curls coming out here. Yeah, probably like that.
Okay, so I think your minute is up.
My minute is up. All right, but I'm liking it.
So while Valerie said it's her hand, but it's wrapped in a piece of cloth.
That's what I was thinking. That's when I draw hands, I wrap them in cloth because I cannot draw hands. I'm not implying that you cannot draw hands, but it's what I would do.
Yeah, I think this was a photo probably, right? And yeah, that's why.
So this is the before.
How this was created.
And this is the after.
Well,
give it a frame.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
We are very much interested. What do you think about this change that Kasper made? So give us a thumbs up or thumbs down so that we know what are your thoughts on that. Yeah, and haha, I copied it from a photo. Yeah, so that's what we thought as well. Okay, the next one.
The next one. All right. So we got a very nice contrasting drawing. I like how the dark color kind of frames this woman in the image. It has a depth. I think the door is a bit in competition with the figure. The door is too bright, right? So I think the door could be darker as well. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I would also add, I would try to bring the door a bit in the background, and then maybe add some highlights to that person, because we want to have this feeling that it's more plastic. This because of the material and the legs, you know, they are standing, the toes, and this drapery that's more seen. Okay.
All right.
A minute.
Yeah, I have a feeling. All I do is basically just draw shadows. So do you also have the feeling basically most of my correction just like, oh, draw a shade here, you need some shading, you need to put it a bit darker, have some depth in the drawing. This could be not Feedback Friday, but like apply more depth Friday. More depth in the drawing Friday. This is one of our most common comments, I would say.
But it's also true that we are landscape architects, and the feeling of depth is something that we trained through all our studies, and also in our work. So that's probably the thing that we're very
stuck with us, huh?
Yeah, that we're very, very sensible, so we can notice those things much faster. Okay.
So now let's highlight her face. Oof. Sometimes. Oh. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So regarding the last drawing that we corrected, we got a lot of thumbs up. So I think that was also sufficient.
All right.
Okay. So Mohar said this is an Indian woman image.
All right, Indian woman image. I think we did our best.
Can you also try to add just a bit shading on the highlight on the legs?
Highlight on legs?
Just on the toes, maybe.
Maybe on somewhere close here. Yeah. You're right. And the toes should be visible.
Yeah, because she's really standing somewhat in front.
True.
Yeah.
I can shade all day.
But you don't have all day. You have a minute.
Sorry. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so this is the before. I think she's kind of flat, and the door is, in competition. But now, look at that. Now we have like the shadow coming from above. We have the highlights. I think it became much more three-dimensional. So, dear author, when you're doing this,
It's from Mohar.
Okay, Mohar. So you can start. I think you've got your drawing techniques down. I like your style. Start thinking about the three-dimensionality and the shading. Don't go all the way into the black right away. Make it slow.
Okay, so we got also a question.
Oh, wow.
Did we do a feeling on a video on depth already?
We definitely haven't done enough. If we did,
we didn't done enough. Yeah,
I think we have done like one or two in the past.
So I will post it in the chat.
We did it on landscapes. How to do depth in a landscape. So we didn't do anything how to do depth in objects or anything else.
Yeah, so I will check if we have another one.
Yeah. Anyways, we've got a nice illustration here. Let's talk about it. So, many things going on here. So there's this moon, half moon. She got like clouds for hair. The stars are shining. So it's a digital illustration. I even like the signature. It's like this Chinese or East Asian stamp. Is it called a stamp? It's called seal.
Seal. Yeah,
seal?
Sure. It's a seal. Yeah.
Seal, I think. Anyways,
feeling of depth.
Feeling of depth again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. Let's do some shading.
Okay, you get a minute.
All right. So, oh man. Well. Anyway, so she's got two layers of clothing, right? She's got her bra underneath, and then she's got her like coat. So I think you have to differentiate those two a bit, right? Like that, maybe, kind of. And then this thing also. What's this thing called? The thing she has around
a bow.
Bow, yeah, around her neck, yeah. Also, okay, and then also this. Sleeves would be leaving some shadow, and then the hand also. So let's do that. What else can we shade, Sonia, here?
I was just thinking about what is she wearing? Is it like a hat? And then I saw that she's wearing like a night or a moon. So maybe this form of the moon that it's not full needs to be emphasized. So I would do something about
good.
just this circle that's surrounding her.
I also highlighted a bit of her bow because else it wasn't contrasting enough her skin, so we couldn't kind of recognize it.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, you're totally right. So this moon there is so awesome. You should totally, we should totally emphasize it.
It probably needs to get like a very thin, very fine line.
Oh.
Which Gasper will not probably get like very precise because he's doing it so fast and the time is up already. But you get the feeling.
Yeah, look at that. Because I didn't notice that it's a moon until I looked at it. So yeah, a little bit of a line on that moon would go a long way, I think.
So I think this technique is beautiful. The details are beautiful.
Yeah.
What's missing is maybe the feeling of depth. Also behind this cap of smoothie or something, there also needs to be a bit of shade. And
here beneath her hair.
Also face the hair.
Yeah, and there's like we could shading we could
but
do.
I think that's it.
That's it. Okay, so let's look at the before and the after. So this is the before, a bit flat, the after giving it some more life. I'm not sure I did the best job, but I think you get the idea. Because it's a digital drawing, go back to it, try to give it more
just
shading,
additional layer with a bit of soft shades.
Love the colors though.
Yeah.
Really nice. Okay.
So this is a totally different style, right?
All right, so we got really like another like anime kind illustration. We got some tension going on in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Intense.
But I don't have a feeling that he's looking in her eyes. I have the feeling that he's looking at her both.
Yeah, that's also this is exactly what I would say. So when you have two people staring at each other, make them stare at each other's eyes. This is much cooler, much more romantic, and builds up much more tension. So, because it looks like he's just asking her, "Oh, that's a new bow. Where did you get that?" But you actually want him to go, "Oh, your pink eyes are like, wow, where did you get those eyes?" So, this is what we want him to do.
So, okay, you will get a minute for this one.
Oh man, okay, wait. Let's. Okay, so I'll zoom into the eye and try to redirect his view.
Okay.
Okay.
So
let's do this.
Let's start. You probably need just to add the line below here, right? Like she has.
Like what?
Yeah, she has like a really small thin line here, a white line. Under her eye, you can really see the circle. And that's also something that you will probably achieve if you just create it.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And now those two people, right? The pupils would be a bit more like this. This is like a quick anatomy drawing one-on-one. They're not so round when you look them from the side. And then they're missing the black spot. It's the black spot has to be there, which makes it a bit more
intense.
Intense. Okay, this is too black. Don't do too intense, but
it looks like a cat almost.
Yeah. If it's too intense, so he also needs one. And now we've got some romance going on, everybody. Look at that. So I didn't do the best job on the eye, obviously, in this fast time, but this is something you can totally go back to. It's a digital drawing, so you can correct that. Make them stare in each other's eyes.
So Pamela said, Kasper, you did silly dubbing for the character. That's funny. Okay.
So yeah, looking in the eyes, tension is there, sparks are flying.
Yeah, but you can still see the eyes, they got something more. So, okay.
All right. Oh, wow. That's another digital portrait. We just prepared portraits for us today.
Yeah, I organized them so that we have like a nice transition.
Okay, so all right. So with this one, I like the kind of shadow of his face again in the background.
I think it's a her. I think that's
her face.
It's an actress.
All right. Okay, it's her. Yeah. I mean, it could go both ways. I don't know. It could go both ways. Anyway, the person's kind of reflection in the background makes it as though it's whispering him or her to herself or himself. Anyways, so the lighting, okay, so a couple of things. I really like the lighting. So you've got, from one side, you've got the yellow light coming, from the left side, you've got the pink light coming. And this really reflects nicely in the hair and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my comment here would be, like, if you have her or his face in the light, then the shirt, the whatever clothing the person is wearing should also have some light, right? Because right now it looks like the lights are coming from the back, so the shirt is in the shadow, and so the face would also be in the shadow. But if the shirt is in the light, then we have some light coming from, so we need to do something on the sweater.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's not missing much
No.
because what because the face is the point that we want to emphasize. That's where attention goes.
Yeah.
But definitely, maybe just 1 or 2 lines, very simple, in a similar style that were used to emphasize just the shape of the body.
Okay.
And you get a minute now.
I get a minute. All right. So let's take a bit of a darker color. So I would try. Okay, let's try this. I would say
I would not centralize it.
You would not centralize
No,
it?
I would probably add it here or here.
Okay. You're probably right. Oops.
Maybe. We don't know.
So you would. What would you do here?
I would just do it like here, which is not like.
Oh, so it's like a jacket?
Yeah, it's one of the third or something. Yeah.
All right.
And it's like. It's not so long. It goes like just till.
Like this?
Yeah, maybe a bit longer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Something
And
like
the same
this.
thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try this. People, I'm really stretching my capabilities here. Okay. Wait. Let's do some. Yeah. Let's do this.
Some points.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and then also wait. Let's do this as well. So a bit more, one more layer of color.
Let's do this. Let's do that.
You can do anything in the show.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oof. Yes.
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 Yeah.
But
Okay.
leave the other sides be as it is. I think that's fine.
All right.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah. I know. Oh, it's already too overdone.
No, just leave it and move on if you want to add something.
This is done. Okay, so let's check what I did. So this is. I'll zoom out now for everyone to see.
So Stefan said she looks creepy now.
Sorry about that. Okay, so how did the shirt make her creepy?
Yeah.
Stefan, please tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the before and this is the now. I think, right? Thumbs up, thumbs down? I don't even know. But I like the drawing, the painting. Great job on that one. Yeah, just maybe the author, you can come up with something, with some layer of clothing over the sweater in the front, and yeah. This is it.
This is it.
So thanks everyone for sticking with us through today. I hope you had fun. We definitely had fun.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you for the next week. So on Monday we're gonna do Creative Monday. So if you want to stretch your creative muscles, join us. And next Friday is gonna be Feedback Friday again. So whatever you have, take your phone, take a snapshot of it, send it to our Facebook group or on Instagram, DM us on Instagram, and just write for Friday so we know.
Or hashtag Friday or something, so that we know that it's in the same basket with all the other amazing work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we see you next week. Next week another video is gonna come out. This week we started with a video, so we're starting with normal videos that are not live streams as well. And we're looking forward to sharing other stuff with you. So, yeah.
So, yeah, you know what to do. Support us if you find this content
You know what to do.
interesting. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Join our Facebook group. There is an amazing community that's sharing their work, giving some compliments and just tips and advice on drawing. So we would like for you to become a part of our amazing community as well. Yeah, and there's a weekend coming.
So enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Go out and draw, or stay in and draw. But have some creative hour. Have a creative hour for yourself.
Yeah, take your time. Take
Make
10
something
minutes. Take an hour.
Yeah, we should too.
Yeah. So keep on drawing.
Have a nice rest of the Friday and stay creative.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, everybody.